think if I had to go with one family of fish to eat all the time, it would be snapper. The red snapper, the yellowtail, the mutton, the porgy, it just hit the palate right. It just tastes, it's that nice balance of fishiness, but not too heavy and all the right oils. I wanted to try cooking an Indian dish and really loved the flavor of meat cooked in a tandoor with masala spices, and if I mispronounce anything in this video, it's just because I'm the master of none and probably made a mistake. It's tough to own a tandoor at home, especially in New York City, but I experimented a bit, kind of went off of a few different recipes that I found and sort of just made up my own variation of it, and I'm really happy with how this dish turned out. Just the flavor and the presentation. I think it's probably one of my favorite dishes that I've made on this channel, so I hope you enjoy this video. So first we headed over to Kalustyan's. It's on 28th Street, and I picked up all the spices and the tandoori marinade. And if you've never been to Kalustyan's before, I highly recommend it if you're in New York City. It's pretty much wall to wall with any spice blend you'd ever need. It's I think a lot of like the accessories they sell are kind of expensive, but like as far as like the packaged spices that they sell, the Kalustyan brand, I think it's pretty affordable. It's wall to wall with pretty much any spice blend you'd ever need, and primarily Indian spices, but you can get like anything from any part of the world. I mean, they've got it all, and it's all alphabetically ordered and easy to find. And I've been going there for a number of years, kind of randomly when I'm in the area or want to experiment with a different spice, and it's awesome. I really suggest just going to check it out, even if you aren't cooking. For this dish, I wanted to focus mostly on garam masala and a mix I found on the shelf, which was called fish fry masala, but basically variations of the masala spice blend. And I wanted to try making my own mint chutney from scratch. I really love chutneys and Indian food in general. I just really love like the variation of spices and herbs that are involved. It's just like very flavorful and good for you as well. A lot of antioxidants. But yeah, I also grabbed some garlic naan, and then I headed over and picked up a really nice Florida red snapper, and I wanted to fillet it myself, and so I got a whole fish. Don't hold me to this, but I'm pretty sure red snapper season is closed until June in Florida. I'm not sure how it works commercially, but I saw the whole red snapper and I just gravitated towards it, and it also just smelled incredibly fresh. Like it seemed like it was sourced like the day prior. Or I don't know how it was sourced, but it just smelled straight out of the ocean. So I was excited to find a really nice fresh fish, and it felt like it fit this dish very well. I usually don't show filleting on this channel, but since this was commercially harvested, someone else gutted it, cleaned, scaled, and I purchased it, I thought I'd show how I fillet snapper kind of more educationally. And, this is pretty much how I fillet all fish except certain species like flounder, or maybe another species that has a different skeletal structure. But this is how I do like all snapper or porgy. And since I was cubing the meat for the tandoori process, I cut the skin off, or de-skinned it, but I do like fish on the half shell a lot. I think it's got a lot of excellent fat and flavor, and you kind of miss out on that when you de-skin it. But once the fish was de-skinned and filleted, I felt for the pin bones, cut those out and sliced them, and then, cubed it up and saved the head for breakfast and try not to waste any meat. And then I took the tandoori paste that I got at Kalustyan's, laid it out on a tray, and let the cube snapper marinate for about an hour, and then kind of layered the top with a fish fry masala spice on, and then kind of let that sit in the fridge for about an hour, and then started to work on the mint chutney. And for the chutney, I use sugar. I think it's pronounced shot masala spice, garlic, lime, ginger, mint leaves, no stems, and Thai chili peppers and coconut milk yogurt. You could use regular thick yogurt. I can't really consume dairy. It messes up my stomach. So I use coconut milk yogurt as an alternative, and I thought it came out great. and blended that all together for like a very short burst. You don't want to blend it for too long. You know, if you really dice the mint leaves too much, it'll make it kind of bitter. And you really do want to just make sure it's just the leaves, no stems. And then, you know, I poured that into a dish with the other half of the yogurt in. Mixed it up, and it had, you know, a really nice spicy kind of floral mint citrus flavor to it, and really nice with the ginger notes. Everything kind of was popping, and there's a lot of layer to the chutney. I was really happy with that. It turned out I'd never made chutney before, and I think this was a good introduction to it. But once the chutney was done, I heated up the wok with oil, you know, at a pretty high heat, and then started to lightly saute the snapper cubes, you know, cooking them just enough so there was a nice, you know, fried coating, but not too long that it was going to lose its tenderness. And then I heated up my toaster oven. My oven's broken, so I heated up my toaster to 300 degrees, and I thought the toaster actually worked out better than an oven. It was nice to have the heat, you know, very close to the fish, and kind of slow roasted it for about maybe 20 minutes or so, and let it have that nice thickened coat, you know, shell around all of the cubes. And once I was done with the fish, you know, I plated it with garlic naan, rice with some nice mint garnish, some limes for citrus, and the tandoori fish cubes. And the dish was light, spicy, citrusy, full of smoky flavor, and I was extremely happy with how this turned out. You know, I thought the plating turned out nice. The flavors came through pretty much how I wanted them to. It felt like I was close to the tandoor with what I had to work with. And I'll tell you what, I really love Indian cuisine. I think it's healthy. I think it's got a lot of antioxidants. It's got tons of depth to each bite. And I just really enjoyed this cooking session. And I hope you did too. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.